Hello, Aries. Welcome to Live, Life, and Tarot. This is your month of February 2019 Love Life Report. This Love Life Report is for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign. Star sign of Aries is the Emperor. Okay, let's dive right in. I've already shuffled the cards and laid them out. You have a very comprehensive report and spread here. So let's dive right in, Aries. This is for the month of February 2019. Aries, the theme of your love life for the month of February 2019 that is your focus is you have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. This is your theme for the month of February 2019, Aries, for your love life. Heart-to-heart conversations. How you are feeling, Aries, about your love life is you have bored. Your emotions and feelings towards your love life is you are bored. So Aries, you have apathy about your relationship. You're not happy with it. You are disinterested in what's happening in your love life for the month of February 2019, Aries. Aries, the energy that you are going to bring into the month of February 2019 regarding your love life is you have 3 cards. You have the 5 of Wands. This is fire energy. This is a 5, which represents challenges and change. This is passion, ideas. This is about strife and conflicts. You have the Empress. This is a major arcana. It's earth energy, Aries, that speaks to nurturing, abundance, prosperity, being grounded, all being well in your world, being creative. And you have the 8 of Swords. This is air energy, mental energy, thoughts, ideas, thinking. And with the 8 of Swords, this is about seeing yourself restricted in the situation. You feel restricted in your love life, feeling trapped, and not seeing a way out. So what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, is with the 5 of Wands, the Empress, and the 8 of Swords, which is the energy that you're going to be bringing into your love life for the month of February 2019, is you are feeling conflicted, you're feeling challenged, you feel strife. It's more about you feeling strife for most of you, Aries. Only a small hand of you is feeling challenged by this. But you are having strife with the ability to create what you want in your love life, because you feel in your mind, you're trapped in your mind. You don't know a way out. You see the problems, as you can see here with this 8 of Swords. She's not blind. Okay? But also, you see her hands are tied. Let me just show you that. Okay? And this is the energy you're bringing into your love life. So whatever you want to see happen for yourself around love, you feel yeah, you feel challenged. You feel strife. You may be facing, I feel like you are getting resistance. But I feel that for most of you, this is you being resistant about being creative towards what you want to see built or to have in your love life, to have happen in your love life. You see the problems with the Eight of Swords, but you're bound by your hands here. And so what I ask you, Aries, are you really trapped, or you just choosing to be? Because those binds are just around her hands, and if she wanted to and stop being in her head and seeing things from a negative perspective and started to be proactive and think positively and come up with ideas and strategies to come out of this difficult energy, she could be free. Aries, you could be free. Some of you just think that your hands are tied in the situation because you've already invested so much time and energy trying to create change in your love life, and you've been met with resistance. Either the options or what you've implemented haven't been the best way to go about things, or who you're dealing with is not working with you for the same things in your love relationship, for your love life. So, Aries, what you want most to happen in your love life is you have the Queen of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords is an air energy. The Queen of Swords is someone who can think very clearly, can see through bullshit, has been hurt and gone through so much in their life that they've learned from it, and they're able to be logical, to detach themselves emotionally from situations in order to come up with clear objectives and the way to go forward. And they know when somebody is trying to pull the wool over their eyes. The Queen of Swords can also be, because she's gone through so much, she can also be cold and distant, could be mean, speak and communicate harshly and sharply, very off-putting. And you have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is an earth energy. And this is about more than just you working on something, working together to create something new, to build. And so what you want most, Aries, is you are tired of being hurt. You've been hurt a lot. Perhaps, I feel, for some of you actually, in the relationships you're currently in or the relationships from the past. And you want to work on things. You want to communicate with that Queen of Swords. You want to come up with a logical plan, a way to deal with the relationship to improve it. You want who you're dealing with to be just as involved and motivated and after the same thing, for you to have a more balanced and nurturing love relationship. Some Aries just want to bring it to an end, and they don't want to work on shit. They're tired of working on it. You're tired of working on it. And you feel you got the wounds to prove that shit. And you know what? You're done, and you're looking at not working on it, not creating shit, and you're just letting it be what it is right now. So some of you are choosing to try to take the initiative, or continue to take the initiative, and to talk to who you're dealing with honestly and share your feelings. Some of you need to do that. and you're not doing that, you feel too vulnerable to say anything. You don't want to be seen in a negative light by who you're dealing with. And you know you don't have all the answers to work on something, but you feel like you want the person to be a part of that, and you do it together. And some of you are dealing with someone where that in your mind isn't possible, because who you're dealing with, you don't think has the capacity to think through what's going on between you and come up with solutions and apply them. You feel like that person is bored with you. And some of you are bored with who you're dealing with. Also, Aries, some of you are just not going to have the conversation because the other person you're dealing with won't allow you to. And some of you need to just muster up the courage to speak and stand in your truth. There's a difference between speaking and just talking about things that's going on, and that's not wrong. But where you can lose footing in the matters of your heart is if you are not speaking what's true for you. Don't speak about what you think that person wants to hear, or just what you think will make it good, if what you are proposing doesn't really include what's true for you, your true desire and wants and expectations for this love relationship to improve or work. See, those are very different things, and too often that is the mistake that is made. When you stand in your truth, you don't have to be right or wrong. You just have to present what's true for you, with the hope and expectation that your honesty should allow for, is the hope, some sort of solution can happen or compromise, because who you're dealing with really now gains an understanding of what is really happening with you, opposed to saying stuff that could be a way to work things out, but it's not really something that's for you. And then even if you implement them, then there's the problem of why this isn't working. Because perhaps did you, Aries, not stand in your truth and speak your real heart about what's wrong and what's going on? Sometimes you have to be okay with letting go of something if it doesn't allow you to truly be who you are in it. And if who you're dealing with isn't interested in having some participation in that with you, because they want for what you have with them to be good and something that you want to keep. Aries, your role and energy in the present, right now, and this is different from the energy you're going to bring into February. This is where you are right now, what your current role and energy is in your love life and the approach you are taking. You have the Four of Wands with the Seven of Swords. So Aries, you're not happy. You are not fucking happy. Okay? There is disharmony in your love life. Many of you are unhappy and out of balance within yourself because you have spent so much mental energy and effort towards coming up with strategies that you thought or believe could make things better in your love life, in your relationship. Some of you are unhappy because you're deceiving yourself or you're being deceived in your relationship. Some of you are unhappy, but you just are unhappy and you've not done anything towards changing it. You haven't come up with any ideas. You haven't done anything about it. So will you do something about it, Aries? Some of you are experiencing difficulties because you've been lying in your love relationship. Whatever it could be about. It could be about, for some of you, it is about you're lying about your true feelings. For some of you, you're lying about what you're really thinking about your relationship. For some of you, this is how who you're dealing with is using this energy. But for most of you, this is you. Where you are right now in your love relationship. And you see, fire and air strengthen each other. So if you continue in this negative space in yourself and in your mind and in your actions towards your love life, it will only continue to get worse. What's coming towards you, Aries, in the month of February 2019 regarding your love life? You have the Six of Cups, which is water energy. It's a 6, so the number 6 speaks about balance. So in your love life, what's coming towards you is reconciliation. You are looking to reconcile the situation. Along with Tower. The Tower is a fire energy. It's a major arcana. It's about shaking things up. Bringing about sudden changes. So Aries, I feel like many of you, or just some, what's coming towards you is looking to reconcile, improve the situation that you're in by implementing real change with who you're dealing with. Now this energy can come from you or can come from who you're dealing with. Now for some of you, what's coming to you, towards you, is there will be no reconciliation, there will be no fixing it, and that's going to be the sudden Tower moment and change for you. How will you handle this energy that's coming towards you, Aries? What I'm going to show you has already come out as the energy of what you are bringing into the relationship. So this is energy carrying over from January into February. And you have the Five of Wands with the Empress. Okay? The Five of Wands is fire energy. challenges, passion, ideas, action. The Empress is a major arcana, creative energy. So the way you're going to handle this, Aries, is for many of you, you're going to see this as a challenge that you want to bring change to, and you want to work on, and you want to build on it. You want to create something better with the relationship. And so this is your approach to what's coming towards you. You want to keep what you have and work on it and change it. You want to communicate and talk about it. For some of you, your behavior, how you will handle this energy that's coming towards you with the Six of Cups and the Tower, is you're going to say, fuck it. I don't want to work on this. I don't want to build shit with you. I'm done. I talked till I can't talk no more. You should have been listening. I can't hear you now. I'm bored. I'm no longer interested in keeping what we have here anymore. Because when I was working on it, you wouldn't. And this, again, can also be who you're dealing with in your love life, expressing this to you. So, Aries, the energy of your current love life situation, what's going on in your love life situation right now. This is different from your role in energy. Your role in energy here, that is this Four of Wands and Seven of Swords. This is all you. This is you. Yes, it can be who you're dealing with, but this represents you, how you are right now while in this relationship. And so what's in the present that's happening right now in your love relationship, Aries, you have the Eight of Wands with the Devil. There's some nudity here, so if you're under the age of 18, you shouldn't be watching this. You have the Eight of Wands, Eight of Batons, and the Devil. So this is the present situation of the present condition and situation of your love life right now. And with the Eight of Wands, that's fire energy that talks about communication, messages, communication back and forth. And with the Devil, it talks about being in a toxic situation, feeling stuck, feeling bound, feeling trapped. And I got to tell you, I feel like what this is saying is you want to communicate or have movement in your relationship, but the current state of it is that it's not going anywhere, and you feel fucked by it. You feel fucked by it. You feel fucked over. This shit is crazy to you. And you want to move away from this. And you want to change this toxic energy that is in your relationship, your love life at the present. For a small number of you, you are doing this where you are able to see movement away from this stuck energy, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling fucked over. There's movement because communication for a small hand of you is happening, and you're talking about it, and that there's an exchange. You see that? There's an exchange. So for some of you, you've begun to or will begin to see some progress at this time. Others of you, there's nothing happening. You see that the Eight of Wands is, these 8 wands are all tied up. So why is this energy happening? Why is this energy happening, Aries, huh? What's going on here? Let's see. The reason why this is happening in your present is you have the Two of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups. The Two of Pentacles is earth energy. It's about balancing, juggling, changing things in your world, in your material, physical world. With this Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is water energy, emotion. And so the reason why this is happening is because there's no change happening. There's too much confusion. Some of you don't feel you have any options around trying to see if you can juggle or fix this, because the person you are involved with is not showing you, it's not clear to you their position with you in this relationship, or this could be you. For some of you, the reason why this is happening is because someone in a relationship could possibly be, and the truth is, there is a few, just a few, where the change isn't happening. Because it's just not going to. It's just way too imbalanced. It's way too imbalanced. I don't see any three-party situations here, so I don't believe there's any actual cheating going on in your love relationship. Definitely, for most of you. Aries, let's take a look at what you should release from this situation in your love life. What's going on in your love life? What do you need to release? And that is, you have nurture. Nurture is also the Empress. And this is what you should release from your love life. So I feel like, Aries, you are doing too much. That the changes that need to happen in this relationship aren't happening for many of you, because the effort to improve it is one-sided. And that's because you're doing all the work. You're doing all the work. And who you're dealing with is doing nothing to improve what you have, to change it, to give a shit. You know if this is you experiencing this. So I ask you, why are you putting so much into something that's not being invested back into you? That's not how partnership works. For some of you, you need to stop nurturing only what you want from the relationship, and it causes imbalance because it doesn't allow for the person you're dealing with to also see some things in the relationship, give nurture towards them. So then what should you be focusing on, Aries? You should be focusing on yielding. You need to slow your roll. You need to stop. You need to step back. Many of you are doing too much in this. Many of you are doing what you're doing because you are only focused on what you want in this relationship, so it makes you happy. Now, to some extent, that is true. But not to the extent that compromise it can't be on the table, or an interest at all towards who you are with. It's not even being thought of, or not being entertained. Why? Because you're bored. You only want to talk about what you want them to do for you, and what you want them to accept from you. Some of you just need to stop, because who you're dealing with is bored, and they only want what they want for them. They only want to hear about what's going on if the changes are centered on them. And how many of you are being honest anyway, and what's really going down in this relationship? Let's start there. As I feel like you're going through a lot. And if you do get to talk, you're not talking about what's true for why it's crazy. So you're going to never get to the bottom line that way, Aries. Because you're not really discussing what's actually happening. Or you're filtering it. Or you're speaking about things in only bits and pieces. And, sometimes you should come to the table to talk and have heart-to-heart conversations in an effort to bring about positive change. And sometimes you got to bring some solutions with it. I get it if you just got none, but did you try? Most people handle criticism or heart-to-heart conversations around things that are negative or need to change when you can follow it up with some solutions. I mean, you're the one addressing the issue, right? So do you have a solution for what will solve it for you? Or are you just saying what's wrong and expect them to figure it out? Or are you saying nothing and expecting that they're supposed to know that something's not right and figure it out? Communication is key. If you're not talking, you can't make changes. You can't make moves. Aries. You know what role, what position you're in this love situation for yourself. What side of this you're on. It could be interchangeable. Even from the perspective that you switch up what's going on for you and how you see things in your relationship. And that's hard to handle too, Because how can the person you're dealing with, if they are invested the way you are, can keep up with you? If the last action that they follow through with no longer applies because you got another one that they're not doing or that you need. And yes, as you move forward in your relationships, everybody changes into another aspect of themselves. because you should be working towards personal growth, but also it's because of the cycles of life. You grow, you change. Who you were when you hooked up with who you are with now is not who you are today. Same for them. I feel for some of you, some of this issue is that while this is legitimate for you, it's not that it's not. Some of you are so focused on a negative that you don't show who you're with what is positive, what is good about what you have, and then show your gratitude for that, and allow them to see that you see them and the positives of the relationship for you being with them that you receive, that you experience with them. No, you cut straight to, here's what the fuck going on. I'm mad. I need this. Okay. Are you doing that, Aries? Are you? Think about that, Aries, and see how you want to nurture yourself. See what new ways you can nurture this situation, that you can change this, that has to do with how you modify your behavior, your actions, and your communication. More than you're focused on who you're with and what you see them not doing or doing. Now, you know the difference between things that you can step back from because you need to, step it up a little for it to come across better, to be more effective. And then when you know you're dealing with just somebody bogus, or if you know that, why are you with them? We don't even have to have this reading. And some of you are just doing too much. Some of you are being way too pushy. How many of you have, in your conversation, those that you've had a heart-to-heart conversation, included yourself in what's happening? What do I mean by that? Are you only talking to who you're with about what they're not doing, and not asking them how they feel about you, if there's anything from you that they need? I bet you most of you don't do that. You know why? Because it's too easy to think and believe that the person you're with will tell you. We're each different. We're each different in how we feel, how we express ourselves, how we approach things, what level of importance it is. It doesn't make your level of importance any less important, or that level of importance to the other person any less. But if you don't know where you both stand about issues according to yourself, and then putting them on the table to see how you can meet in the middle, and you only focused on your end, because you can also be one-sided and not get back what you want, because that one-sided shit that you doing is all in the effort for the love of you. It's not about the love of us. And isn't that what a love relationship is? The love of us. The two, not the one. Or not just the one. So, Aries, before I talk about what your advice or outcome is, this is really your advice for the month. But before I speak about that, I want to touch a little bit on, for those of you who are interested in this information, we're going to take a quick peek at what your lover wants most from you in your relationship with them, and what your lover's energy is that they're bringing towards you in the relationship with you, Aries. And then we're going to take a look at the ex, your ex, Aries, for those of you who are interested in that. We're going to take a look and take a sneak peek at what your ex wants most in their life right now. We're going to look at what your ex is bringing into their personal love life for themselves since you. And we're going to take a look at what your ex energy or approach towards you is for the month of February 2019. So let's do it. Aries, the energy that your lover wants most in their love life with you is, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. This is what your lover, who you're with, wants from you, Aries. These are earth energies. What jumped right out to me when I saw this is I feel that your lover doesn't feel like that they're receiving or experiencing intimacy with you. Or if they are, it's not enough. The Queen of Pentacles in tarot is grounded, nurturer. She can do everything. She goes to work. She goes home and cooks. She takes care of everybody. And you know what? This for some of you is exactly what you're doing, for why there is a deficit in the romance and intimacy that your partner is experiencing that's not coming from you, because you spread too thin, you're doing too much. Or because most of us got to still do what we got to do, but what are you doing to prioritize who you're with? You have to decide to prioritize and balance your life, putting your love life as the priority. So what can you do for your love partner that you're with, Aries, to prioritize them, for them to feel more important and significant? For a lot of you, I don't feel like that. Here's what I feel. I feel your partner loves you, but they're miserable because they yearn for affection. They want to be told, I love you. They want you to kiss them here and there. They want a hug. They want to be intimate with you. You see that? This is the Five of Pentacles, which talks about the lack of. But you see them kissing, not worrying about what's going on in the environment, just in the moment with each other. I feel that that's what your lover wants from you. They want more intimacy and romance from you, and they're not getting it. And this is their issue with you. For some of you, their issue is they feel you're spending way too much time on wanting to cultivate and work on being intimate more than you want to work on what's going on in your world to keep it going right. They feel that your focus is imbalanced. It's not that they're not interested necessarily in improving the relationship, but you come across as only focused on that, and other things are not quite coming together between you with what you're dealing with in your world, around home, perhaps around money, perhaps around children, family, work, your activities. And for some of you, you are where your partner feels that they feel overburdened. They feel that you're placing all your happiness and the ability to be happy on them, and that's not fair. What's also not fair if they're not telling you this, because some of them aren't telling you this, and vice versa. Again, communication is key, but honest communication, standing in your truth. Some of your lovers, Aries, who you're involved with, not lovers, hold on. But for some of you, your lover wants your love life to be more spicy, because they're here with it with you right now. They love you, but it's too routine, it's too bland. You know, things that you used to do, you don't do. And things that you're doing, that's all you're doing, and you're not throwing nothing new in it. Now, this could be necessary for both, but this is how your lover wants things right now with you. Aries, what your lover is bringing into the relationship towards you in the month of February is the Emperor and the Tower. And the Tower has shown up twice. The Tower had showed up for you, for what's coming towards you. So it just might be this. And you have the Emperor here. So this is the energy of your ex that they're bringing towards you. So for many Aries, your lover is, and this also could be you, because the Emperor is here, and the Emperor is your star sign of Aries, right? One of you or both of you are just way too controlling about how the relationship needs to go. And they're not looking at how to successfully, you're not looking at how to successfully complete it. You can't successfully complete something if it's only according to you. Someone isn't budging. Someone isn't doing shit to work on this relationship. As we're looking at this as what your ex is bringing to your love life is, I just got to say how I see it. Many of you, your partner doesn't want to work on it. They may not want to leave you. They just don't want to do what you want them to do. For them, things are just fine the way it is with this Emperor energy. Because the Emperor can be controlling, very controlling, to the point of it's just excessive. And the Emperor is not even looking at the world here. I'm sorry, the Tower here. They don't see a need to change anything. Nothing needs to change. You just tripping. So you can't bring things to a better place because they're inflexible. They're not bending. They think things are good. They think if anything needs to be worked on, it's you. You see how? Let me just show this to you. Take a look at this. I'm just pulling the Emperor up. This is how the cards are facing when they're laid on the table. This is the Emperor. This is the energy your lover is bringing towards you. And he's looking at the things he wants from you. Okay? He or she. It could be he or she. Yeah, okay? You hear me say he because it's the Emperor, but it's he or she. And this is what they're bringing towards you. They're not looking at how they can change or how to bring about positive change. They're only focused on what they want from you. And that's not cool either. For a very small percentage of you, your lover does want to work on things and they're willing to change it. But you got to have that talk. Some of you got to already have your solution list. And it has to be a collaborative effort. Why? Because your advice is reach out. This is fire energy. This is the Three of Wands. This is about you working, taking the action to work together, to plan and implement your plans. And as you see how the hands are like in steps, you got to take the steps. You can't make shit change overnight. And if you thought so, then you know what? The answer is no. Shit take time to get fixed the same way it took time to get crazy. And if you went into it crazy, then what do you expect? That's really not going to change overnight, is it? So this is your advice. This also can be your outcome where you are working together with your love partner to master the situation. This is the devil energy, number 15, to work on it. You see that trapped heart? Work on releasing that toxic energy between you two. By talking to each other, reaching out to one another, speaking your truth. And speaking your truth means that you got to be okay with speaking your truth, and your partner got to be okay with that. Speaking your truth isn't about them or making them feel some type of way. It's just that you want them to know what's going on in you, and vice versa. Aries. And also the same for who you're with, that they need to get that passed too from you, so they can stand in their truth and speak about it. So you guys can unlock your hearts, the love that is there between you two but can't get out because nobody's fucking talking. And somebody is doing shit one-sided. It's too much doing and not enough being said. You got to make plans and then you implement them. And you got to know who you need to make those plans with, Aries. And plan to make those plans together. And plan together to progress those plans. And some of you got to yield. You don't have all the answers. See if who you're dealing with got a few. But come somewhere in the middle with it, so that you can experience this with who you're with. But you got to take the steps. But know it takes steps. You can't have a conversation today and have a miracle tomorrow. That's God's department. So let's take a look at your ex, Aries. Yeah, we gonna I spot this shit right now. So Aries, check this out, right? So what your ex wants most in their love life right now, that's what they want in their love life, what they want to happen in their love life right now, and in February, is they have the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Okay? So your ex is still working on, or is moving to calmer waters. Their goal is they want to move to calmer waters. So that means they're still experiencing some conflict in their mind about you. Okay, they haven't gotten over you yet. Okay, you see that? That's your ex looking at your backside. Your ex trying to move on or act like they've moved on from you. And it's not that for some that they're not doing that. It's just that doing this isn't so easy in their head. Okay, with whatever you guys had. So they're having a little bit of challenge moving on about you. But they are determined to do that. They are determined to move on. They don't want to be like this, you know, still focused on you. They want balance. They want to have success getting over you, Aries. For some of you, your ex has moved on in their love life. And for a small percentage of them that have moved on, they've moved on and found balance with someone else. But for many, they've moved on with someone else, but they're still thinking about you. Aries, the energy that your ex is bringing into their personal life, okay? Meaning just them, not the energy that they're bringing into their love life. This Six of Swords and Six of Pentacles is the energy that they bring into the love life, their current love life situation, okay? This energy is the energy of them, as it has to do with their personal life. And they have Temperance and the King of Swords. So your ex is working really hard to maintain balance and fairness and have boundaries as it has to do with you. Mature, healthy boundaries, even mature, healthy communication. But many of your exes are having a hard time balancing themselves as it has to do with you, because they just want to cut you out of their life. Like they can't really balance that it's over between you two, or that they still may have to be involved with you in some kind of way, and it still pricks at their heartstrings. Now, it doesn't mean that for all of them. It's because only there's some of them that this is what's going on with them because they want to come back. But most of them, this is how they're feeling, because, you know, there's the attitude of, if it's over, like, let it be over. I don't even want to see you. You know, I don't even want to be where you are, because that's just their mode. And some do want to have balance with you, where the breakup is accepted. You both know that it's over, but you are able to still be mature and communicate and take the right appropriate actions towards each other without crossing the line. Okay? Without affecting one person or the other person's relationship or their status in their life. Aries, the energy that your ex has towards you, this is how they have their energy towards you. Okay, towards you specifically, is that you have they have the Five of Cups and the Fool. So towards you specifically, their energy towards you, what they're showing you, okay, what they're showing you, what they want you to see when you see them, how they behave when you see them is that they want you to see that they've recovered from you, and that they cool with you and them going in your own path, your own different directions. This is the energy that your ex has towards you that they want you to see. This is what they want you to see on in your world, in your environment. When you encounter each other, that they've moved on, they good. You know, they're going their way, you going yours. It's copacetic. And for some of them, this is true. For others, it's not. It's a facade. Actually, for most, it's a facade. They want you to believe that they're recovered, they good, and they went their own way. They good with you going your own way, and that's what's up. But that's not what's going on inside. Aries, I hope these messages help. Thank you for taking your time to spend your time with me. Blessings.